Hi, welcome to Reading and Writing class. This time we are into selecting and organizing information. At the end of the lesson, you will be able to differentiate the techniques in selecting and organizing information, practice brainstorming techniques, prepare a graphic organizer, prepare a topic outline, and prepare a sentence outline. Now let's warm up. Choose two of your all-time favorite movies. Compare and contrast them in terms of plot, settings, characters, cinematography, and audience reception using a Venn diagram. Then, read the article and organize the key ideas using three different formats: graphic organizer, outline using words and phrases only, and outline using complete sentences. Use a separate sheet for your output. Successful reading and writing is our ability to generate, select, and organize ideas. These can be done through brainstorming, making a graphic organizer, and outlining. Now let's talk about brainstorming. Let's read the following situation. Patrick's class was tasked with the opening presentation during their school's foundation day. The school has already decided on a theme, and the class was simply required to decide on its own concept for the performance. Although Patrick facilitated the discussion, all of his classmates were involved because they all shared their own ideas. After everyone has contributed an idea, they evaluated the suggestions and decided to use Gabriel's idea to do a musical skit. What Patrick's group did is called brainstorming. It is perhaps the most popular tool in generating creative and rich ideas. It helps people establish patterns of ideas, develop new ways of thinking, activate background knowledge, and overcome mental block. While brainstorming is commonly thought of as a group activity, it can also be done individually. In fact, some studies show that individual brainstorming produces more ideas. This is partially so because in group brainstorming, people focus too much on other people's ideas that they are unable to generate ideas of their own. However, group brainstorming might be a better option in solving more complicated problems because it produces ideas that are wider in range and greater in depth. This is largely in attributed to the fact that the experiences and knowledge of each group member augment those of the other members. Here are the methods in brainstorming. You can brainstorm effectively either by creating an idea list or by making an idea map. Creating an idea list simply involves listing ideas about a particular topic. It also helps you find the main idea and supporting details from the numerous ideas listed. How to make an idea list. This strategy is especially appropriate to textual people or those who are more comfortable in processing words than visuals. It simply requires you to write the main topic and then write down all related concepts. Another brainstorming method is making an idea map. It is visual presentation of ideas and their connections with one another. Unlike the idea list, an idea map is more structured. Thus, it is able to show how one idea subordinates another idea. How to make an idea map. Put the big idea or question at the center. Then, add a related idea by writing it down in a circle near the big idea and drawing a line between the two to show how the ideas are connected. Continue this process of connecting ideas until you have generated enough concepts. Let's talk about graphic organizers. Graphic organizers are visual representations of concepts that help us structure information into organizational patterns. They present essential information and connect these pieces of information into a coherent framework. They are helpful tools for brainstorming, facilitating reading and writing, promoting active learning, and accessing previous knowledge and experiences. Through graphic organizers, you can focus your attention on key elements and help you integrate new knowledge into your current knowledge. Now, here are the types of graphic organizers. 1. Venn diagram. Venn diagram is used to compare and contrast ideas and events. This diagram uses two or more overlapping circles to show similar and different attributes. Next is network tree. Network tree is used to represent hierarchy, classification, and branching. It is useful in showing relationships of scientific categories, family trees, and even lineages. The third one is spider map. This is also known as semantic map, and this is used to investigate and enumerate various aspects of a central idea, which could be a concept, topic, or theme. This central idea is placed at the center of the map. The main idea is placed along its diagonal line, while details of the main idea are placed on the sides of the diagonals. The fourth one is problem solution map. This displays the nature and the problem and how it can be solved. This map usually contains the problem's description, its causes and effects, and logical solutions. Another is the timeline. Timeline is used to show how events occurred chronologically through a long bar labeled with dates and specific events. Timelines can be linear or comparative. A linear timeline shows how events happened within one period, while a comparative timeline shows two sets of events that happened within the period. The sixth one is the plot diagram. Plot diagram is a tool used to map events in a story. It is used to analyze the major parts of a plot. The major events to be placed in the plot diagram are exposition, inciting moment, rising action, climax, falling action, and resolution. The exposition is the initial part where the characters, setting, and relationships are established. 2. Inciting moment is the part which brings about the change of the conflict. 3. Rising action, the section where the conflict and the characters are developed. Next, climax, the highest point of the story where the major events are confronted. Falling action is where the events immediately following the climax were led to the closure of the conflict, and the last, resolution, is the conclusion or the closure of the story. The seventh is the series of events chain. This is used to show the logical sequence of events. The eighth one is fishbone map. This is used to better understand the causal relationship of a complex phenomenon. It shows the factors that cause a specific event or problem, as well as details of each cause. The ninth one is the cycle. Cycle describes how a series of events interacts to reproduce or to produce a set of results repeatedly. Some examples of events that require a cycle are water cycle, metamorphosis, and poverty cycle. The last type of graphic organizers is the persuasion map. Persuasion map is used to map out arguments and evidence that prove a viewpoint. This map is especially useful when processing persuasive or argumentative texts. To sum up, the types of graphic organizers are Venn diagram, network tree, spider map, problem solution map, timeline, plot diagram, series of events chain, fishbone map, cycle, and persuasion map. And now let's talk about outline. An outline is a tool for organizing ideas. It is used not only as a pre-writing strategy but also as a post-reading activity. When preparing an outline, you can either use a decimal outline or an alphanumeric outline. A decimal outline only uses numbers as labels, while an alphanumeric outline uses both letters and numbers as labels. There are four principles that need to be followed in making an effective outline. These principles are coordination, subordination, division, and parallel construction. The principle of coordination requires ideas of the same relevance to be labeled in the same way. The principle of subordination shows that minor details have to be placed under their respective major details. The principle of division requires that no cluster should contain only one item. In short, if you have subsetting 1, there should be subsetting 2. Lastly, the principle of parallel construction requires all interests in each cluster to use the same structure and format. For example, the words promotes and improves in sample topic outline use the simple present tense. Here are the kinds of outline according to structure. 1. Topic outline, and 2. Sentence outline. What is topic outline? A topic outline uses words and phrases as its interests. Generally, a topic outline is used if the ideas being discussed can be arranged in a number of ways, while sentence outline uses complete sentences as its interests. You use a sentence outline when the topic being discussed is complicated and requires details. Now let's practice. Read the following title. Within 3 minutes, generate as many concepts as you can, which you think will be found in the text. Then, read the article and organize the key ideas using 3 different formats: graphic organizer, outline using words and phrases only, and outline using complete sentences. Use a separate sheet for your output. Now, brainstorm on one major problem in your school that needs to be prioritized. Describe the problem and suggest some solutions to it. Be sure to follow the strategies for effective brainstorming. Use the problem solution map in presenting your ideas.